You've heard us talk about all the reasons why you should move to San Luis Obispo. Well, one of those primary reasons is the community. The community here is so special. And today I get the privilege of sitting down with Dr. Rhonda Beaman, who's the founder and executive director of local nonprofit Dream Makers SLO. Today, we get to share more about opportunities to get involved with this amazing nonprofit and how it is really building such a strong community in our town. Welcome back to the Happy House Hacking Podcast, the podcast designed to help you achieve your dreams of home ownership. I'm your host, Camille Schwigerly, and I'm a realtor, investor, and happy house hacker. Today, I have a very special guest with me, my mentor and dear friend, Dr. Rhonda Beaman. She is the founder and executive director of an incredible local nonprofit called Dream Makers, and we are going to share more about what this organization is and our heart behind supporting it. So, Rhonda, welcome to the show.
So fun to be here. Look at you, you pro.
Well, you are so sweet. So I have to take us back to our Cal Poly days, right? So I'm a senior at Cal Poly and I'm in your class. It's my very last quarter. And I'm thinking to myself, who is this woman and how have I never met her before until my last quarter at Cal Poly?
See, that was my good fortune that I got you before you were gone.
Thank you. I just can't thank you enough for what you've done in my life personally, and then now what you're doing in the community and letting us be a part of it. So thank you for just serving with your whole heart.
Well, talking about dreams, you were a dream student. You're a dream mommy. You're a dream realtor, and you're a dream mentee. So
Thank you. Thank you. So over the last, I think, year and a half, our team has been dedicated most of our time, energy, and resources to supporting dream makers. So what we've done is for every single transaction, we have allocated 2.5% of those proceeds to go straight to dream makers. And with Owen serving on the board and our help just helping make dreams come true, we've seen firsthand the impact that your organization has made in the community. And that's why we're so passionate about helping what we can with our resources to do that. So why don't you share more about what Dream Makers even is and how it got started?
well, you guys have been so generous and so consistently courageous and bold in helping us, and we couldn't do it without you and all the other volunteers in our great city, which is someplace everyone should move. Um, but keep it to yourself. Don't all move at once. Um, well, about 8 years ago, I was really moved and called to start this outreach to terminally ill adults in our community who, for any number of reasons, have never had their lifelong dream come true, but have now are faced with, you know, um, their lives ending sooner than maybe they had planned, or, we're never ready for it. And so many of my dreams have come through true in my life, and so many dreams of the people that I know. We've been all so fortunate. And I was at an event and I saw a video about a guy who was 40 years old, and his daughter wanted to dance with him at Disneyland, and he had terminal brain cancer. And I'll never forget, as long as I live, this little girl all dressed up dancing with her daddy. And at Disneyland, there was no one else there. It was just a full symphony orchestra in front of the castle. And she's all dressed and he's in a tux. She's dancing with her dad. And then the narrator said, and he wanted this all videotaped so that his daughter would have a dance with her dad at her wedding someday. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh," I looked at my girlfriend and I just said, "We have to do this. We have to do this for the people in our community." Um, and usually, me, I'm a driver. I make things happen. This was just handed to me. I knew exactly who would help me. I knew exactly how to get this thing organized, from the accountant who helped us file all the papers for a 501(c)(3) gratis, up to all the people that help us make the dreams come true. It's all come true the way that it was given to me when I was moved to do it. And to this date, we're almost at 100 dreams come true. We've never turned anyone away. We've never turned anyone down. And, they've gone from the small to the huge, dreams, and it's a humbling, honoring thing to be a part of.
Wow. Wow. So you are making such an incredible difference in people's lives in their final days. So when people are coming to you, they have these dreams and these ideas, and your team somehow rallies together to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, that's due to this community.
Yeah.
The two communities in all of America that have the most nonprofits per capita. The first one is Santa Barbara down the road, and the second one is San Luis Obispo.
Wow.
And I think it's because people feel so fortunate to live in either one of those places. You have to walk out your front door and go, I'm one of the blessed people to get to live here. What can I do to pay back, to earn, my good fortune here? So I think there's tons of people doing wonderful things. And I just feel, you and I were talking earlier, it's a blow. I don't know how I would feel, and it's bound to happen someday to all of us where you go, "This is the end of my life." And to have the courage to dream still and have these things that you wanna have happen in your life and let these strangers come in and do that for you, it's heroic on their part also. And, we've never, we just ask people for outlandish things. We had a young woman who had a 7-year-old son, and she had never been able to afford to take him to Legoland, but she was so ill, she couldn't drive that far. It's about a 7-hour, 8-hour drive from where we live. And we asked a gentleman, and he brought his plane and picked she and her son up and flew them in his plane down to Legoland, waited on the tarmac for like 8 hours or something till so she could have that time with her son, and then flew her home so she could get home and take her medication and things like that. It's just stuff like that over and over and over again that people are volunteering and contributing. And most people are really good at heart. And I would say that a lot of times you just don't know how to help or don't know what to do and you want to. And so when you're presented with a chance, you step right up. And we've never had anybody not step right up.
Wow. Wow. So you are serving terminally ill adults in our community to make a dream come true in their final days. What is that process like for someone who received a terminal diagnosis and wants to do something memorable with their family?
We have one of the leading, if not the leading oncologist here in town, and he helps us. He talks to people and counsels them when he has to give them this diagnosis. And he lets them know there is this organization that if you would like to do something, you know, that you've never had a chance to do. Because our thing is you have to be 18 or above and you have probably less than 18 months to live. And that would be a very difficult thing to tell somebody, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
But he's so fabulous and he so believes in what we're doing. And so we also have other doctors and other, healthcare professionals that send people to us, but they fill out a simple questionnaire, who are you? Um, where do you live? What's your phone number? And then if you could have a dream come true, what would it be? And then we can't maybe like we had one guy whose dream was, I would love to play in a band with the Rolling Stones. I'm reading and going, okay. Well, let's take it down a notch. Take it down a notch. And then they have a chance to put a second dream. And he said, I would just like to play music live in a band. This we can do. This we could do. Mick Jagger, not so much. But and we got this guy, he was homeless because when he got cancer, he had been a waiter for like 20 years at this restaurant here in town. And when he got sick, they fired him
Oh my
and he
gosh.
ended up homeless. And we ended up picking him up in a, white limo, stretch limo. We got him rock star clothes. He ended up over at one of the leading restaurant bar things in town and got out. We had a custom made guitar for him. And he played for 2 hours up on that stage with another band and got, all kinds of, shining phones and play some more. It was the greatest thing. And it wouldn't have been as good if Mick Jagger had been there because everybody would have been interested in Mick Jagger instead of our dreamer. So
That is so true. Wow. So you said you have never turned a dream away.
Mm-mm.
So you have helped almost 100 people plus their families. Some of those people have unfortunately already passed away and moved on. You've received a number of reviews of people saying, "Thank you for helping my mom or my sibling. Now I want to participate." And so then they give back and they volunteer.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, because they could see let me tell you another one that was, I thought, flabbergasting because this woman's friend called and said she's got 3 teenage kids. This is her last Christmas. She wants to stay at this special house and we have a local city called Avila Beach. And, anyway, we got the house, we got the kids, matching, jammies, photographer, makeup and wig artist for her. She was very ill. Um, but the reason I bring up this story is the house cost $20,000 a week to rent. It's a big, beautiful beach house,
Yeah.
so it could sleep like 15 people. And we only had, 8 in there. And we were like, "Yikes, ouch," and we were explaining to the owner what this was for, hoping that may and it wasn't booked. It wasn't like it was booked at the time we wanted it, which was Christmas. And we were hoping that he would just say, "Oh, well, no," he said, "It's $20,000." And so then then I tried some other stuff, the old da 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 da. And I said something about, "You're helping so many people in our community." "I don't live here." "Okay. Alright, you just own a house here. Alright. Anyway, long story short, we paid. We raised enough money to pay for this week. He came the last day, and he saw what we were doing. He saw the Christmas trees in every room. He saw the hot cocoa station for the kids. He saw the film being played out by the pool on an outdoor projector that we were playing, It's a Wonderful
Oh
Life.
my
He
gosh.
saw the kids with their mom. He saw the mom all dressed up and having this moment with her parents and her sister and her kids, and he just saw it all, and he said, I'm not gonna charge you," and
Wow.
he gave us the money back, which went to another dream,
Wow.
so, yeah, you can't help but be moved, again, because it's something we all have in common. Yep.
Wow, what a perspective. Oh my gosh. I don't think I knew that story. Yeah, that's special. So, thinking about our community, how people can get involved, right? What are some of the biggest needs that the average everyday person can do to support Dream
That's a
Makers?
great question. First of all, you and I share something in common besides your education and all the other wonderful things we've been able to do together. And that is, you make people's dreams come true by finding, the right house for them, the right place for them, where they can either start their lives or, make a big change in their lives. And it's probably the biggest thing that any person will do in their lives is to buy their home. And so you're making those dreams come true. So there's so many people that feel like my job, I don't feel like I'm making anyone's dream come true, I'm a septic tank cleaner. I'm not sure how I'm gonna find the dream in that, but there is because you're helping people. It's all like we were talking about earlier, flipping the script. And I think what we need the most is what you and Schwagerly Real Estate is already doing. We promised we would never do an auction, never do a big dinner. We're not going to spend our money that way. 100% of any money that we get goes toward the dreams. We don't pay for events, we don't pay for printing, we don't pay for anything. It all goes into the dreams. And my board and I pay for the stuff that we need to make this thing happen, and let people know about us and stuff like that. So the thing that you do by giving us, a monthly sum. I have a girlfriend who's sending $5 a month. I'm telling you, that whole $5 goes toward the dream, and it all adds up. So donations are always. We are a 501(c)(3), so everything's tax deductible. And then also we have a great website where you can go, dreammakersSLO.com, and there's a place that you can reach us on email and things like that about if you wanna volunteer, if you wanna be a part of what we're trying to do. We always need more hands. We always need people who are willing. We're about to do a living funeral for a person, and it's gonna have 50 people there. We could use all kinds of people to help us clean up after or help us run the thing, so, you can go to our website and volunteer that way, or you can donate through PayPal or Venmo, $5 a month, whatever it might be. And it would all go to making those dreams happen.
Wow, I absolutely love how you make every single donation see its purpose. And what a beautiful gift you're giving to the community by making that true, by spending your own resources to pay for all the additional necessary marketing costs.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. So, yes, that living funeral is coming up. I know we're looking forward to being a part of that. That'll be the first dream that we get to be a part
Yes,
of.
yeah, it's a
And
doozy.
yes,
It's a doozy.
it is an all hands on deck. That's for sure. And I think what's so special about people just getting involved by participating is it does give you that perspective. We are all going to pass away at some point, and what do we want our final days to look like? And I can't think of anything more rewarding right now than to be able to give someone
Well,
those final days.
absolutely. It's what I say all the time is for a little while you dream, right? When you've got some bad news, you've got something that you can think of that's not your illness. And then when you get to go do this thing, for a little while you're not sick anymore. This still makes me cry. It's a very moving thing. For a little while you're not sick anymore. And you're with people who love you, or you're doing something that you've always wanted to do, or you're taking your child to Disneyland when you never had a chance, all these different amazing things that people wish for. It's never selfish. It's never just all about me. And so they have this chance to not be sick for a while and go do this wonderful thing they've always imagined and dreamed. And then when their time comes to leave this planet, that's all they can talk about.
Mhm.
That's all they can think about. And that all these people that they don't know got together and did this for them, and if you can, really hold that in your heart and understand that, the world's a good place and you can pass knowing the world is a good place. And that's an important feeling to have.
So true. So true. And we just recorded an episode a few weeks ago about why people should move to San Luis Obispo County. And one of those pillars that we said was the community here. And this is exactly what we're talking about. The
Absolutely.
community here is out of this world. I mean, I've traveled, I've lived other places, and I just haven't seen it quite like this, where people genuinely want to rally together for the good of others, and it's motivating. It activates other people to want to do the same thing, and seeing how other people are getting their lives changed through this process and this organization is just beautiful.
Well, what do they always say? Didn't your mom always say this to you? Actions speak louder than words,
Right.
right? You can say you're a giver. You can say, I'm, so blessed. I can put up or shut up, people, right? And that's what they do in this community. They take action and they help where help is needed and they step up and they smile and say hello to you. And they make dreams come true in more ways than one. So we're all very, very fortunate.
Yes, so true. Well, Dr. Beeman, it is my privilege to have you on today. So thank you very much for sharing about Dream Makers. And if you're a listener just looking for a way to get involved, maybe you have some extra time to spare, or you have a few dollars that you're looking to give to, please consider supporting Dream Makers San Luis Obispo. What the organization is doing is something that's so hard to articulate. Please check out the website dreammakersSLO.com just to see what exactly is going on in the community. We're proud sponsors and supporters, and we're gonna continue to be.
Couldn't do it
And
that. Couldn't do it.
we just hope that you are able to join us in the movement for helping change lives right at those final days. So, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next episode.